news. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Welcome into First Alert Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. You were probably tuned in to meteorologist Tania Michelle. We were watching the weather last night throughout the overnight. We had storms that moved through today. The more organized severe weather has been shifting a bit further south. In fact, we've had some big time storms impacting South Alabama down along the Gulf Coast. We've seen that active weather today stretching all along those popular vacation spots down around Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, all the way along the Gulf Coast today. Let me just take you over to First Alert AccuTrack radar, show you some of these storms now as they make their way off the coast. And what we've seen, notice this is a flash flood emergency that has popped up across Baldwin County in the Foley area. They've picked up there nearly a foot of rain over the past 24 hours, a foot of rainfall and more rain. Look at this. We've got more storms and more showers. You see how all this is dropping south, these storms back in towards Saraland, the Mobile area. So if you have friends, family, loved ones here, if you're tuned in on the First Alert Weather app, you're watching us here from Gulf Shores, stay alert for that significant flood threat with these kind of rain amounts. And what's wild here is we're not even talking about a tropical system. I mean, these are storms that are just happening outside of a tropical system that are moving there off to the south and east. But around Mobile, Baldwin County, the more severe storms, though, you can see where the greatest instability is kind of getting gobbled up down around Gulfport and Biloxi and places there. But look at all this storm activity out here across the Gulf of Mexico. But a lot of storms moving south across the area. Let's get things back to home, show you what's happening. Certainly nothing like what we were seeing last night across the state. The wet weather's been more isolated, but there are a couple of showers that are dropping in from the north. You see there back around Coleman. We do have some isolated development here on radar. Nothing extreme out of this. It's just mostly showers, as you can see. A little bit of a shower activity showing up around Smith Lake, also north of Hanceville, Hamilton, Brilliant areas. Not seeing much lightning. Notice our lightning count at 0. Welty and south there around Hanceville, just stay alert for a brief shower passing from north to south. A little bit of shower activity around Highway 14 here in the Wedgeworth community in Hale County, and back in towards Greene County. We've had some showers. Things are quiet across East Alabama. We had some storms earlier around Lake Martin. Those have since dissipated, and things have certainly improved here across the eastern part of the state. So what we're going to be tracking, most areas stay dry tonight. Now tomorrow there will be a slight increase in the number of showers. I still think kind of isolated tomorrow afternoon. Better chance as we go into the day on Wednesday. And now we're tracking Tropical Storm Brett that has developed out over the Atlantic. Live look from Nectar. And this is a view there to the north. Again, you can see we're looking back to the west direction, but those clouds from those showers moving north to south. So that's what we're tracking. That's a live look from Blount County. So here's Brett. It's way out here over the Atlantic. Where will it go? You can see the models. A nice agreement on this could reach the Caribbean. So one to certainly watch in the intensity forecast suggests that Tropical Storm Brett may become a Category 1 hurricane over the next few days. Notice by the weekend, again, moving into the Caribbean. That track brings that system by Saturday very close to the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And that system will need to be watched as it makes that way closer to the Gulf, but doesn't quite make it to the Gulf of Mexico for the weekend. So here's what you need to know right now regarding Brett. It's forecast to become a hurricane. The system entering the Caribbean by Saturday. No weekend impacts from that system if you are heading down to the Alabama Gulf Coast. But we'll talk more about that 7-day forecast here locally and checking in on the weather around the nation as we continue here on First Alert Weather Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Good Day Alabama.
A new morning comes with preparing right, because while you slept, news broke.
We have new information from that breaking news that happened this morning.
While you head out, the storm we gave you the first alert for is on its way in. And as the key turns the ignition, your shorter route to work is being found.
Avoid 459 southbound completely because of a crash.
A new morning means everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama, always on your side.
the First Alert traffic you need to get you there safe and on time. Tomorrow morning, everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama.
You're late, out the door, and on the go. Don't worry.
Good Day Alabama continues all morning long.
And wherever you watch, this is what you need to know right now.
More reporters on the streets with more hours of news when you need it. Everything you need for a good day is on Good Day Alabama. Knowing first is everything. First Alert Weather.
Welcome back into Weather Extra. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. We are looking at some big-time heat building back to the west parts of Texas today. Look at this, under excessive heat warnings. That's the kind of heat that is happening in here, that high-pressure ridge. We've been off to the east of this, and that's why a lot of those storms have been riding in from the northwest. That ridge has sort of backed off a little bit, moved a little bit further west, and now we have a trough that's digging in across the region. That's why we're seeing a lot of stormy weather today for areas back to the east of Alabama. But looking at the setup here, we've had some locations. Look at this. The temperatures there in that 100 to 110 range, just in intense heat building. And the key players there in that hot weather buildup again is going to be that upper level ridge that is strengthening here across the heart of the country. So parts of Texas, first alert there for some very hot weather. Upper level storm systems digging its way in across the Pacific Northwest. Looking at more rain happening here. There's going to be a chance for some heavier rainfall happening in these areas. Another round of showers, higher elevations, even a little bit of snow possible there from that upper level trough that's digging in. But you can see a lot of that snow is mostly going to be in the parts of Canada there. But that system's going to be keeping those temperatures there on the cooler side with some unsettled weather happening. And so the opposite end of the country, it's just amazing the extremes there, right? You got snow in the higher terrain, a lot of rain, some cooler temperatures, and then we were just talking about that extreme heat down in across parts of Texas. So what we've been seeing today, we've had this upper level low, this disturbance back to the north of us, and this you can tell how it's kind of positioned itself this afternoon, this evening. We've been seeing a lot of these showers back to the east and northeast of us, but as it spins away, it is directing the flow still kind of out of the north direction. That's why a lot of the showers that we've seen today, just even though they've been very isolated, they're moving north to south. You can just kind of look up, see the clouds here across Alabama moving north to south. But this is a little bit of a different setup. Rather than seeing a big complex of storms moving west to east across the area, at least the next 2 days going into Tuesday, into Wednesday, the wet weather, when you look at the radar in the afternoon, it's going to look more like what you would expect for getting into the month of June, and the scattered showers and storms more in the afternoon and early evening, but kind of widely scattered across the area. But I was mentioning that the new high-resolution data doesn't look overly impressive for tomorrow, so we may need to back off the rain chance a little bit for Tuesday, but I still think we're going to see some scattered development, just not as widespread as perhaps Wednesday across our area. So tracking the heat over the next 3 days, again, we've got the ridge, we've got the heat bubble back to the west of us, a trough with some cooler conditions, some clouds, some rain in areas to the east. Well, when we look at the next 3 days, there's a chance by the weekend that ridge starts to have more of an influence across our region. So that's why I'm thinking I still kept the chance of rain in here. By the time we get to Thursday and Friday, the possibility is there we could have another convective system that might try to slide in from the northwest as that ridge. You can see how we get into that northwest flow aloft again. So we'll have to watch out there for some storms trying to make their way in here for later on in the week. But it won't rain all the time. There will be some breaks. But the bottom line, all week long, rain chance is still a little bit higher than what you would typically expect for this time of the year. Not completely dry throughout the week. So do stay alert as we continue to fine-tune those rain chances. And speaking of rain chances, we'll show you what we have on the 7-day forecast coming up next as we continue right here on First Alert Weather Extra.
If your bath looks like this or this, you know it's time for a replacement. Hey everybody, Joe here with BJ Worzen, owner of West Shore Home, to talk about how he's making sure you get the best possible value on your shower or bath replacement. BJ.
That's right, Joe. Now more than ever, I want to make sure people are getting the most for their money. And there's a few ways we're doing that. First, we have hundreds of styles and options for your bath remodel, so you can make sure you're getting exactly what you want. Second, as you know, we only use employee installers, never subcontractors. So our crew is going to follow a process to make sure everything is installed properly. And then finally, a few days after the job's done, we're going to give you a call and make sure you're 100% completely satisfied with that experience.
Amazing, because a lot of contractors will show up and the second they're done, the customer's on their own. You're saying West Shore is there every step of the way, even following up after the project's done.
You got that right, and it's all backed by our online reviews. Right now, we have over 26,000 five-star reviews.
That just shows how much you truly care about your customers. Now, how about somebody who needs that shower right now but's been putting it off because of cost? How can you help them?
So we're making bath remodel affordable for almost any budget. For a limited time, you can get your shower or bath remodeled for only $99 a month. And for anyone's watching this commercial right now, if you call in and mention it, we're going to throw in free installation as well.
You're saying you'll do the entire project from tear out to complete installation for as low as $99 a month.
That's right. Let's take a look at the project. Here's a time-lapse video of one of our installations. You saw there, we started in the morning, removed everything down to the studs, and put in a new shower all in the same day. Here's some more. Easy low-step showers, deep soaking tubs, beautiful wall styles, and modern accessories. We can do jobs like these for as low as $99 a month.
BJ, thanks so much. Folks, West Shore Home is making shower and bath remodeling more affordable than ever. Call now and take advantage of this extended offer. Get your new shower or bath for as low as $99 a month. And you heard BJ, if you call in now, he's going to do free installation on that project as well. Call the experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. We have some clouds moving in to the Jasper area. Could have a passing shower here. Notice how we've cooled off to 79. That's because we do have some showers nearby. A little bit of rain here to the north, moving south. Some scattered areas of showers there dropping in. Nothing extreme, but giving you the first alert, stretching from Hamilton to Pikeville, Guin, Winfield, and back in towards Hubbardville and the Flatwood area. Moving to the south and into Walker and Fayette County. So a first alert for a little bit of rain there showing up on radar. Most areas are going to stay dry. As you can see, the rain is still very, very isolated for this evening. Now, what you're looking at here is our network of First Alert weather watchers, just some select reports from all the weather watchers we have across the state. But these are totals since midnight. Now, a lot of us, you can add more to this, when you look at the past 48 hours. But since midnight, we have picked up 61/100ths of an inch of rain Piedmont, 89/100ths of an inch of rain Oxford. Look at that, almost 1.5 inches in Trussville from Tyler Young. Bobby Rowe here in Pell City, 31/100ths of an inch, and just over 1/2 inch of rain from Jennifer McAfee there in Cordova. That's in Walker County. Lots of sun in Birmingham right now. That's a live look from the McWane Science Center. 87 degrees, 86 right now in Tuscaloosa, 85 Anniston. Coleman at 77 degrees, where we've had some of that shower activity moving from north to south across the area. Looking ahead over the next 24 hours, the wet weather stays very isolated for tonight. And the bottom line on this evening, nothing like what we've been dealing with here over the past couple days. The coverage is going to be more isolated for tonight, and we'll get some rest there through the early morning. You can see, looks like a dry start to the day, although if you were wanting to get out there, I know it was still kind of damp today from all the rain we had last night. Still a heavy dew on the ground, some fog in the morning. May want to give that lawn a little time to dry out there before getting out to do a little mowing, but I know the yard probably needs cut after all the rain we've had here recently. The rain chances tomorrow, I'm probably going to lower our chance tonight by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Right now we have 70%, but I think it needs to be a little bit lower. The high resolution data you can see here, not a lot showing up, maybe some pop-ups around supper time. But tomorrow, the risk for severe storms, a lot more isolated for tomorrow evening, although a strong storm can't be ruled out. Wednesday, you can see by the afternoon, we'll stop it right here, 3 3 p.m., it looks like the coverage starts to increase again. But this looks more like June, right? You see the scattering of storms. We don't see a huge convective system of storms just blasting across the state. So it looks like a more seasonal setup here for at least the next couple days. Again, tomorrow, I know that shows 70%. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for getting outdoors. Just watch out for some of those scattered showers and storms in the evening. And then I think by Friday, we might see another wave of those storms try to slide in from the north and west. But by the weekend, it looks more seasonal. Saturday and Sunday went with a 40% chance. High temperatures there in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight lows close to 70 degrees, and yeah, some indications we start to heat up there in early next week. Of course, we'll be watching what happens with Tropical Storm Brett beyond the 7-day forecast. Still too soon to say if that's even going to make it into the Gulf of Mexico, but it is a system. We'll keep you well informed on where Tropical Storm Brett is going. Lots of great weather photos, and a big shout out to all of our viewers out there. We certainly appreciate you sending us those weather pictures, especially in this stormy pattern. Those hail reports give us a good idea of what kind of storms we've been dealing with. But lovely rainbow there from Centerville, and Jeff sharing that on the First Alert Weather app. But if you don't have it, just scan the code, our Fox 6 Weather app. You can watch our news there, get live updates. You can check for those weather alerts as well as sharing weather photos. We do have some updates. Speaking of storms, a lot of folks have asked me. Friday we had all the severe weather, and we had the storm damage in Tuscaloosa, Greene, Pickens County. National Weather Service, they've been out surveying all the damage. Lots of trees damage. Certainly some of the more widespread storm-related damage we've seen so far this warm season. I'll be back. We've got updates on what caused that. Show you some photos as we continue right here on First Alert Weather Extra. All right, welcome back into First Alert Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt was talking about what happened in West Alabama on Friday. We had strong to severe storms, of course, moved across the area. National Weather Service, they've been out there surveying. This is just a look at some of the damage that you can see there, and lots of tree damage in that area. The Weather Service concluding that there was a path width of 6 miles. You can see there's a mobile home, some of the roof. Michael, can you zoom in on this so folks can see this? This is some of the pictures here that we have, and we'll try to zoom in, or either you can just take the graphics full screen there so we can see the pictures. I'm trying to show the images of some of these damage photos, but there's a look at more trees down. This is right around Robertson's Barbecue there off of Highway 11. And a lot of the trees here, as you can see, can we zoom in on this? A lot of the trees that you can see, they're kind of broke off, the tops of the trees missing. So that's what a lot of folks were asking, kind of concern there. Was this a tornado perhaps that caused this? Again, you can see a lot of those trees snapped off, but the way the damage, 6 miles of damage there in those areas, you just don't see tornadoes, a mile-wide tornadoes, anything like that this time of the year. Typically, this is likely straight-line wind damage. And the Weather Service, they were out there surveying today, and they did determine that's what caused this was straight line wind. So for our folks there, again, around Ralph and Foster's and Knoxville, they checked out Greene County as well. But I'll tell you, the damage certainly quite extensive there in those areas. But folks certainly still cleaning up, and looks like we're going to have some more scattered storms that will be in the forecast here as we look ahead over the next couple of days. Again, we're keeping that rain chance. I mentioned tomorrow we may back off a little bit. Went 70% on Wednesday, and then going into the weekend could be some development. Highs closer to 90 degrees there by Sunday and Monday of next week. But that's what we're going to be tracking tonight, and updates on Tropical Storm Brett. We'll have that new advisory at 9 o'clock, so don't miss that on WBRC Fox 6 News. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. We'll see you back here 9, 9:30, and 10. Also, follow us on YouTube. We'll be streaming there and on our Fox 6 Weather app.